Hi everyone, this is Kristen with the Tech Reviewer, and today I'm really excited to be here with Mous's brand new Evolution case for iPhone 13 Pro and 13 Pro Max. It's compatible with Mous's new IntraLock mounting system, which I'm going to be reviewing soon, but it's also 100% MagSafe compatible. You might be wondering how it compares to Mous's super protective Limitless 4.0 cases. Let's take a look. So looking at these two cases side by side for the 13 Pro Max, we got our Evolution here on the left, and we got our Limitless 4.0 in Aramid Fibre on the right. Size-wise, these are basically the same. Your Evolution is going to be a tiny bit taller, also a tiny bit wider, but honestly, it is a minuscule difference, almost not noticeable. And as far as thickness, they're the same. So just really nice cases, but the Evolution does have a few tricks up its sleeve that you don't see with the Limitless 4.0. So first one, the most obvious, is that this is compatible with the new IntraLock mounting system that Mous just came out with. So this uses both MagSafe and mechanical mounting. So it attaches onto the back of your phone, positioning perfectly using MagSafe, and then you just have to press these little buttons here, and then it locks in perfectly every time, really nice and tight. Look here in the interior, you can see these are not going to actually reach your phone. These are just very slightly recessed, so no worries there. And then when you want to remove this, you just press the side buttons and it comes right off. It is super, super easy to use. So this is the bike mount version, but you're not going to be limited to only bike mounts. You also have this accessory attachment here. This is going to work with a whole bunch of different tripods and other cool things that Mous is coming out with. So overall, just a really cool system. I'm going to be looking at this in detail in a further review. But other than that, of course, this case is fully MagSafe compatible. No issues there. We have a lovely textured back on here. We also have rippled grip lines on the side. This case has lots more grip than the Limitless 4.0. You've got contrasting colored buttons. You have a lovely soft silicone interior, nice and protective and gentle on the back of your phone. You also have the same AeroShock material that you've seen in Limitless cases over the years. AeroShock is Mous's super protective material, which gives this case Mous's extreme drop protection. So exactly how extreme that is not clear. Mous never gives any kind of drop height rating for its cases, but I can tell you that I really do think that this case is going to be very protective. It seems like it is a very well-made case, and I think it's going to provide all the protection that you need for your day-to-day activities. Overall, just a really great case for your iPhone 13 Pro Max. Putting this case on your 13 Pro Max is very easy. Just put in your left-hand side and then clip on your right-hand corners. Once on, we got a very good fit overall. We do have a little bit of give over your buttons and your port openings, but other than that, I think everything is excellent here. As far as protective lip for your screen is concerned, we've got a higher bottom and top lip. This is the classic Mous design, giving you greater protection for your screen while still making it easy to swipe from side to side because you don't have a high lip on the side. This also makes the case feel slimmer in the hand because you're gripping it in the middle, really, not at the top and the bottom. Overall, just a really nice case design here from Mous. Looking down here at our port openings, everything's nicely positioned and nicely sized, except for the fact that we've got symmetrical port openings for an asymmetrical port design, so purists are going to be upset about that, but probably most people are not going to care. You're going to be able to fit many third-party lightning cables here, although of course this case does support both regular Qi wireless charging as well as MagSafe charging, so you might find you're using that functionality less than you otherwise would. Going up the sides here, we got nice rounded edges. If you were bothered by the fact that the Mous Limitless 4.0 has some sharp feeling edges, some people don't like that, some people do, you're really going to like this case because everything is rounded and smooth and ergonomic and soft. Feels really nice in the hand. Plus we've got these ripple grips here on the side. Really cool look and great feel. This case gives you a whole lot more grip than the Limitless 4.0. However, it's not the kind of grippy case that's going to be hard to slide in and out of pockets and handbags, as well as pick up lint. This is not that type of material at all. It's hard and smooth, it's just got some grip. So material-wise, we're looking at TPU, TPE, polycarbonate. You've got silicone on the interior, but not in the exterior, so it's not going to pick up lint because it's, you know, trapped underneath your phone. And then there's also some glass fiber here that is reinforcing these cutouts here on the back that are part of the IntraLock system. And of course, we do have that special AeroShock material, that cool green gel line that runs around the perimeter of the case, giving you extreme protection for this case. So going up here to our buttons, love the fact that we have contrasting color buttons. And note, we do not have a slit design here, so you're not going to be having any dust get in here like you might potentially have with the Limitless 4.0. So that is excellent. So the buttons look great. They also work fantastically well. Very nice and responsive, super clicky. They are definitely easier to press than the volume buttons on the Limitless 4.0. Just a real upgrade as far as the buttons are concerned, and I do love that color. No issues in getting to the mute switch. Absolutely no problems there. They did a great job. And looking at the view from the top, again, we've got that high top and bottom lips for extra protection. Lower lip here in the middle. Overall, just a really nice fit here with the ZAGG Glass Elite Vision Guard. And then going here to the side, another blue button. Super clicky, very responsive, really great look here with the black. And then we got some ripple grips down here at the bottom, and then a spot for a lanyard, although one is not included with the package. Looking at the back of the case, we got mouse branding down here at the bottom. It's white on black rather than black on black like it used to be, so some people are not going to like that if they're very branding averse, but I think most people are not going to care. The back of the case is very nice feeling. It's got a nice amount of texture with these lines on the back. This material seems like it's extremely fingerprint as well as scratch resistant, feels super tough. I think it's just a lovely material on the back. Really like that aspect of it. We also have our IntraLock holes here, and yes, they're holes, and I know people are going to look at this and say, oh no, things are going to get through the holes to the back of your phone. However, the silicone lining here is really going to help, so if you get little bits of dust that get in here, they're going to get caught on the silicone and sort of embedded into the silicone, so they're not going to scratch the back of your phone. At least that's what the folks at Mous say, and I think it makes sense. And overall, they're really quite small holes. And I think they give it a really cool look, actually. It matches what you see through the camera opening, so overall I think it really looks quite nice. And this IntraLock functionality is really fantastic. So one thing which is really great about it is that there's nothing sticking up. You don't have one of those sort of, irritating protrusions here that's going to make the case not lie flat just because it's got IntraLock. The fact that this has IntraLock, even if you never use IntraLock, it really doesn't matter. It's still going to be a fantastic case. And if you want to use this with a bike mount or a tripod mount or a mount for anything later on, then you can utilize that really cool functionality. But when you're using this as an everyday case, then you don't have to even think about the fact that it's IntraLock. It just is something that's built in, which is non-irritating. This is still MagSafe. It's still going to do all the cool things that you want it to do. And if you happen to want to use IntraLock, then so much the better. So the way the IntraLock works is that when this is put on the back of your phone, it uses your MagSafe magnets to get itself perfectly into position, and then you just have to click these little things a little bit, and now it is on there rock solid. This is absolutely not going anywhere. I mean, I guess I could pull extremely hard and maybe break something and it would come off, but honestly, this is going to be on there as tightly as you need for really any activity that I can think of. It's really well designed. And then taking it off, you just press in very lightly and it comes off. So it's just a great little system that Mous has come up with. As far as protection for your protruding camera, I think that everything looks good here. You do have a little bit more protection than the camera rim for the Limitless 4.0. So if you thought the Limitless 4.0 camera rim was just a little bit too small, then you might like this one better. Again, it's not tons of protection. It's not a huge camera rim, but personally, I think it's sufficient. And I certainly feel comfortable using this on my phone. As far as wireless charging is concerned, this is going to work perfectly with regular Qi wireless charging, and being a MagSafe case is going to work perfectly with Apple's MagSafe charger as well. Got a nice tight magnetic connection here. Everything's great there. You're also going to be able to use this with MagSafe wallets, such as Apple's MagSafe wallet. Apple's MagSafe wallet is great on here, although it's not my favorite MagSafe wallet. My favorite MagSafe wallet is actually Mouse's own MagSafe card wallet. This one is just lovely, lovely leather wallet. Holds up to 2 cards, and it has a super tight connection because it's got great magnets, and it's also got these little silicone dots on the back which give it extra adhesion. So if you're interested in a MagSafe wallet, you should always consider this one because personally I think it's better than Apple's, although it doesn't make that cool attachment sound when you attach it. Removing the Evolution from your phone is quite easy. Just start in the top corner, go down to the bottom, push that off, and take out your phone. Checking out the Limitless 4.0 here for a quick contrast. Pretty much the same as far as putting it on the phone is concerned. Nice and easy. Fit-wise, basically the same. Again, that small amount of give over your port openings and buttons. Same fit here in terms of the amount of lip. Same port openings. Sides are much less grippy than on the Evolution. We have a little bit of texture, but not that much. And the buttons, the volume buttons, are definitely stiffer than on the Evolution, and we do have, as I mentioned, that slit button design, which can allow little bits of dust or dirt to get behind there over time, so some people really don't like that. Fit-wise, other than that, everything is basically the same. Looking at the back of the case, this Aramid Fibre looks absolutely lovely. Such a nice option for the Limitless 4.0. It's only one of 5 options, however. There's also a leather option, 2 wood options, and something called Speckled Fabric, which we're going to be looking at for the iPhone 13 Pro. So you don't have to go with the Aramid Fibre if you don't want to, but it is a really nice option for your Limitless 4.0. And of course, Aramid Fibre is basically generic Kevlar, so very lightweight, very strong material for the back of your phone case. It does have a bit of an issue in 2 areas, however. One is that greasy fingerprints and smears tend to show up on this material, and the other one is that it doesn't have much grip. So your Evolution case, it's going to have quite a bit more grip on the back. With these grip lines, you have very, very little grip here with your Aramid Fibre. Of course, if you're looking for something that is a little classier looking, maybe a little dressier looking, then probably the Aramid Fibre Limitless 4 has that look as opposed to kind of a sportier look here with your Evolution with the contrasting colored buttons and all that. So that's something to keep in mind. As far as protection for your protruding camera, the rim is a little bit lower here on the Limitless 4.0 as opposed to your Evolution. You still do have protection, just not quite as much. And as far as wireless charging is concerned, this is going to work great with regular Qi wireless charging, and of course it's going to work perfectly with MagSafe charging as well because it's a MagSafe case. You're also obviously going to be able to use this with other MagSafe accessories such as power banks or wallets or whatever. Removing the Limitless 4.0 from your phone is quite easy. Just start at the top, push off those corners, go down to the bottom, push that off, and pull out your phone. Looking at these 2 cases for the iPhone 13 Pro, we got the Evolution here on the left, and we got the Limitless 4.0 on the right. We've got the Speckled Fabric version of your Limitless 4.0 here, as opposed to the Aramid Fibre version we were just looking at. And that's really quite a bit different in terms of grip. So the Speckled Fabric is a PU-coated fabric, and it's really quite grippy. In fact, that back panel is grippier than the back panel that you have here for the Evolution. But it's a different sort of grip. This is the kind of grip that makes it a little bit more difficult to slide it in and out of pockets and handbags, tends to attract lint, whereas the grip lines that you have here on your Evolution just help you with your grip, but they don't make it hard to slide this in and out of pockets and handbags. So personally, I think that the amount of grip that we have here is sufficient. I personally don't feel like I need as much grip as you're going to have on the back of your Limitless 4.0. And also keep in mind that this back panel here, in this particular version of the Limitless 4.0, your back panel is going to be really grippy because of that speckled fabric, but the sides are going to be relatively slippery. I mean, they have a little bit of texture to them, but it's not nearly as grippy as the sides of the Evolution are. So do keep that in mind. Putting your 13 Pro into the Evolution is quite easy. Just put on your left-hand side and then clip on your right-hand corners. Once on, we have a really nice fit on here. basically the same as on the 13 Pro Max, although I think that there is a little bit less give over your buttons and your port openings. But overall, just really quite a nice fit. As far as the amount of lip is concerned, we have the same lip design as on the Limitless 4.0 and as on the 13 Pro Max versions we were just looking at. So you have that high bottom and top lip, lower lip in the middle. So you have plenty of lay on the table design, but the case is going to feel slimmer in your hand, and you're also going to be able to swipe more easily side by side. I do have a screen protector on here. This is the Almost Edge to Edge Zag Glass XTR. Great screen protector. But of course, if I didn't have this on here, you would have more visible lip. Looking down here at our port openings, same symmetrical port openings for an asymmetrical port design, so that's a little bit of a negative in my book, but not a huge one. Should be able to fit many third-party lightning cables here, although of course the case does support both wireless charging and MagSafe charging, so you might find you're using that functionality less than you otherwise would. Going up the sides, got nice rounded corners here, everything feels lovely in the hand. Got ripple grips here, love those, great look, great feel. Fantastic buttons, love the contrasting color. No slits here to let in dust, just great buttons. Easy mute switch access. Looking at the view from the top, everything looks fantastic. Going over here to our side button, again, I just love these blue buttons and they are so responsive. Definitely better than the Limitless 4.0. Then we got ripple grips here in the bottom and a spot for a lanyard if you happen to have one. Looking at the back of the case, everything looks great here. We've got these lovely grip lines, give you just enough texture so that this is going to feel secure in your hand, but still it's going to slide easily in and out of pockets and handbags. It's not going to be something which is going to attract lint. It's also going to be quite fingerprint and scratch resistant. Looking at the rim around the camera, this raised rim is a little bit higher than the one on the Limitless 4.0, so it gives you a little bit more camera protection. Personally, I feel that the amount of camera protection that this is going to give you is sufficient for most people unless you are really truly extreme. So we also have this really cool IntraLock system here. So some people might be a little bit concerned because these are holes that are in the back of your phone case, but a couple things there. First off, these are reinforced with fiberglass around the edges here. So it's going to make them super tough so that you don't need to worry about these being weak spots in the case. The other thing is that the silicone that this is lined with is going to catch any dust or dirt that happen to get in through the holes, and it will kind of embed into the silicone and keep it from scratching the back of your phone, so that is excellent. The other thing which I think is really great about this is that this is a mounting system which is invisible when you're not using it. So with a lot of mounting systems, there's something sticking out of the back of your phone case which is going to make the phone case wobble, and it's just basically really irritating unless you're using it in a mounting situation. But with this, it's completely flat, nothing is sticking out, so it's there if you need it, but if you're not using it, then it's absolutely not in the way. You can use this case happily and never use it in its mounting capacity. But if you happen to need mounting down the road, then you do have the IntraLock capability. So attaching this on is super easy. The way it works is that the mount is going to use MagSafe in order to line up. So it's going to attach it basically exactly the right spot, and then you just press in on the buttons on the side and then it clicks into place. And once it's on there, I mean, it is super tough, super tight. It is absolutely not going anywhere. I don't think that there's any way to make it come off except to press the side buttons. And then when you press the side buttons, it's super easy. I mean, it is not hard to take off. But once it's in place, it's just extremely tight, extremely secure, and yet super easy to remove. It's just a really great system from Mous. So this particular thing is the accessory mount, and it's going to be compatible with things like tripods and probably a whole lot of other really cool accessories that Mous is going to come out with. And there is the bike mount, so if you are into biking, then you'll be able to use this with bike mounts in both landscape and in portrait, and again, super, super secure. Removing this from your phone is very easy. Just start up in the top corner, press out, go down to the bottom corner, press that out, and pull out your phone. And just putting this in the Limitless 4.0 in Speckled Fabric. Fit-wise, this is basically the same. But we do have those more slippery sides. They're slightly textured. The material is slightly textured, but you don't have those ripple grips. And the buttons are not going to be quite as good. Going to the back, again, the speckled fabric really is very, very grippy, but to me it has the almost irritating grippiness because it's going to catch lint and it's going to make it a little harder to slide in and out of your pockets. So for people who really want that extra grip, then it may be worth it. But for people like me who prefer a low to mid grip, the amount of grip here on the back with the speckled fabric might be almost too much. Still a really nice case. Still going to be obviously MagSafe compatible. And of course you can use this with all sorts of MagSafe accessories as well. So all in all, I think both the Evolution and the Limitless 4.0 are great case choices for your iPhone 13 Pro or 13 Pro Max. They have many similarities. Both of them are going to be MagSafe. Both of them are similarly sized. They've both got the cool Aero Shock on the interior, and they're both going to give you the extreme protection and great design of a case by Mous. However, if I had to choose one, I would definitely go with the Evolution because it's got that enhanced grip on the back and on the sides. Great new design. I love the new buttons. Love the fact you have a contrasting color as well as enhanced functionality. You got that little bit higher camera bump. Lovely soft silicone on the interior. And then you've got this fantastic new mounting system. This IntraLock is just really cool. I love the fact that it works so easily, but then if you're not using it, it's not in the way. There's no ugly bump here on the back. The case is not huge and bulky. It's just a lovely functionality to use if you happen to need it. So you can use it with tripods and bike mounts and all kinds of cool things. Super easy to click in place. Incredibly secure, and yet super easy to remove. So lots to love here with the new Evolution case by Mous for iPhone 13 Pro and 13 Pro Max. Again, we've been looking at the Mous Evolution and Limitless 4.0. The Mous Limitless 4.0 for iPhone 13 Pro and 13 Pro Max ranges in price from $59.99 to $64.99 and comes in Aramid Fibre, leather, bamboo, walnut, and speckled fabric options. The Mous Evolution comes in a single color, the black with blue accent buttons featured in this review, and is priced at $64.99 for both iPhone 13 Pro and 13 Pro Max. You can save 15% on your Mous purchase by using the affiliate coupon code, especially for my viewers, you'll find in the description below, so be sure to check that out if you're considering a Mous purchase. Many thanks to the kind folks at Mous for sending me out these samples to review. If you have any questions, please feel free to put them in the comments section below, and you might want to hit that subscribe button because I've got a lot of iPhone 13 series accessory reviews coming up. Again, this is Kristen with the Tech Reviewer. Thanks so much for watching, and have a wonderful day.